Hey Drea, I'm coming on here right now to do a video that I want you to listen to. Something you need to hear. You need to stop doing all the things that you have been doing that are not working for you and make a change once and for all. Now, I made a video. I'm making a whole series for the month of September of videos that are supposed to help motivate and encourage you to do things differently than you've been doing them so that you can maybe make that change that you yourself need to make. So you're going to hear me speak as if I'm speaking directly to you, my future self, the me in my future that I wish to be. So, if you happen to be somebody else that's out there and you end up watching this video when Drea is the one that really needs to hear it, because it's for her that I'm making it, maybe it's something you need to hear yourself. It won't hurt to take the information that I'm speaking to her and use it in any way you possibly can. And if you're someone new that's coming to her channel right now, I suggest that you click that button below to subscribe and ring the bell so you could be notified the next time I put out another video that she needs to hear. Do yourself the favor. You'll want to thank me later. But you can thank Drea, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here trying to do this video.
Hello, messy bestie. Welcome to day 6 of Strictly Strong September. No sweets, no cheats, just strength. Hope you can hear me, because I hate that this thing has to be in front of my face, but I've tested out all kinds of things and I can't get my mic to work. So, got to do what we got to do. Now, today's focus is strong habits, stronger you. I want you to get comfortable, settle in, and really absorb this, because this is the cornerstone topic for our journey together. Habits are an invisible framework that shapes every aspect of our lives. They're the quiet decisions you make over and over again that ultimately determine whether you succeed or struggle. When we talk about strong habits, we aren't talking about doing something perfectly for a day or even a week. We're talking about creating a lifestyle where positive, intentional, and powerful choices are second nature. We're talking about building yourself into someone who consistently shows up for their health, their goals, and their happiness. Now let's start with what habit really is. A habit is a repeated action that eventually becomes automatic. Your brain doesn't like to think about every single action, so it relies on habits to make decisions for efficiency. This is why habits are so powerful. They shape you without requiring constant willpower. If you build strong habits, your life will automatically move in the direction that you want. If your habits are weak or inconsistent, your life moves in the direction of chaos, distraction, and frustration. This is why we focus on building them intentionally, with awareness and with absolute commitment. Now, messy bestie, I know habits are hard. They take discipline, patience, and effort, especially when life gets messy. Your energy is low or temptation is high. But here's the truth. The harder you work to build a strong habit, the more it strengthens your identity. Every time you resist a temptation, prep your meal, go for a workout or a walk, or choose a healthy option. You're not just completing a task, you're telling yourself who you are. You're reinforcing the identity of someone who is disciplined, committed, and focused. This is why habits matter more than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel it, some days you don't. Habits, well, they carry you through even when you're tired, stressed, or uninspired. Think about your morning routine. What you do first thing in the morning sets the tone for the entire day. A strong habit here would be starting with water or, journaling, a morning walk, preparing a healthy breakfast. The key is consistency. Doing the same thing each day conditions your mind and body, creating a foundation for strength, focus, and energy. Over time, this becomes second nature. You don't have to think about it. You just do it. And every morning, every day, every small action compounds into a stronger, healthier version of you. Let's talk about nutrition habits. Your food choices. They're some of the most powerful habits you can create. Planning your meals, prepping your ingredients, and sticking to a pattern that aligns with your goals is critical. Whether you're following keto, carnivore, ketovore, low carb, low fat, you're on a GLP-1, or any other lifestyle, the habit of consistent, thoughtful eating, now that sets the stage for results. Each meal that you choose to prepare and consume with intention reinforces your commitment to yourself. Each time you say no to a cheat and yes to what nourishes your body, you're training yourself to trust your own judgment, your own self-control, and your own goals. Exercise habits are equally important. You don't have to spend hours in the gym every day. What matters is consistency. Whether it's strength training, walking, yoga, or any form of movement that you do, making it a daily or regular practice builds endurance, resilience, and mental toughness. The body responds to repeated signals when you make movement non-negotiable. It stops being a choice and it becomes a lifestyle. You're no longer asking yourself, should I do this today? You're saying, I do this because I'm strong, and this is who I am. Habits also extend to your mental health. Mindset is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger with practice. No? Like I said, journaling, affirmations, meditation, reflection, gratitude are all mental habits that shape your perspective, reduce stress, and reinforce resilience. Each day that you practice these, you're strengthening your ability to stay calm under pressure, think clearly, and act intentionally. Strong mental habits also reinforce strong physical habits. The more aligned your mind is with your goals, the easier it is to follow through with your actions. Now let's take a moment and talk about emotional habits. How often do we react emotionally without thinking? Strong emotional habits involve pausing, reflecting, and choosing responses rather than reacting impulsively. Each time you respond intentionally instead of impulsively, you reinforce your control, resilience, and power over your life. Over time, these small wins in emotional regulation create a steady, confident, and self-assured version of you. Messy Bestie, one of the most important aspects of building strong habits is tracking. Writing down what you do, reflecting on what works, and making those adjustments helps cement habits in your brain. And it ensures you stay accountable. Whether it's a simple little notebook that you keep, a tracking app on your phone, or a journal. Documenting your wins and learning moments makes the process tangible and keeps you focused and keeps your focus sharp. The act of reflection reinforces your identity as someone who shows up, commits, and grows. Accountability is another huge factor. This is why our Messy Bestie family is so important, because having people to share victories with, to stay motivated with, and to be honest with about struggles creates a support system that amplifies your habits. When you know someone is cheering you on or holding you accountable, it becomes easier to stay consistent, especially on days when motivation dips. We lift each other up, and celebrate small victories. And we help each other stay on track with our strong habits. Let's not forget that habits take time. Change is not instant. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. You may start today and not see results for weeks, months, or even longer. But every day you show up, you're building strength that will last each meal, each workout, and each moment of intentionality, which compounds into exponential growth. The key is to remain patient, trust the process, and stay consistent. Remember, messy bestie, the strongest people are not those who never fail. They are those who fail, reflect, adjust, and keep moving forward. Now, I want to share a little story to illustrate this. Imagine someone who wants to get healthier. One day they commit to eating cleaner, moving their body, and tracking progress. The first week it's rough. They slip. They doubt. They feel like quitting. But each day they recommit, adjust, and keep going. And by the end of the month, they have not only lost weight or gained strength, but their mindset has shifted. They now see themselves as someone capable, disciplined, and committed. That is the power of habits. It's not the momentary actions. It's the identity that you build over time. That is the stronger you emerging. So, messy bestie, today's action is to examine your habits. What's working? What's not? Where can you strengthen your routines? Set yourself up for success by identifying one or two habits to focus on and commit to repeating them consistently. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's not about extreme change. It's about incremental improvement. Strong habits repeated consistently create unstoppable momentum, and that momentum becomes the stronger you. You're not just building habits, you're building your life. Every decision, every choice, every repeated action matters. Show up for yourself. Trust yourself. Commit to the process, one day, one habit, one choice at a time. That is how you become unstoppable, resilient, and strong. That is how the stronger you is created. The quote for today, your habits shape your life. Choose the ones that build strength, resilience, and success. In closing to you, bestie, I love you, messy bestie. Your daily habits are the building blocks of your stronger self. Keep showing up, keep being intentional, and trust the process. You are extraordinary. And if no one told you today that they love you, I'm telling you today that I love you. And I will see you tomorrow for day 7. Bye, bestie. Mwah. I'm going to leave that in. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Ah, that's so good and so warm. I love warm coffee. Okay, that's a habit. Something I fail at all the time. Hello, messy besties. Welcome to day 6, of Strictly Strong September. Let's start with what a habit really is. A habit is a repeated action that eventually becomes automatically. It's kind of like me picking up this coffee and having a sippy. I want you to really absorb this. Oh, crap, my microphone. It should be that. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, mic check. Oh my jeez, it's 4 p.m. Okay, I gotta get this going. I don't know what it is with me today, but okay. Dear Father God, please guide me in this video for I may have the strength to make it through from the beginning to the end and not stutter or stammer and actually sound like I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Whew. Okay. Salud. Here's to a good video. Okay. I'm messy for real.